Post season into the MLB season. Braves not off to the hottest start of all time, but there's been promise. Nin, what have you? I don't know. Let's get started.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some highs and lows, but there's been a lot of good things we've seen and a lot of things that are a little skeptical about. But I mean, it's definitely a better start than last year, so something good to see.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so this we're gonna be starting by splitting up the podcast into seasons now. So this is season 2, episode 1, for the remainder of the season. So this is about our first week, our thoughts and remarks, and we're gonna go over each series and kind of our negative and positive takeaways from each of the series.
hmm Starting off, first series of the year was a four-game set against the Reds. The Braves split the series. We won games 2 and 3, lost games 1 and 4.
The ceremonial raising of
Um,
the World
Game
Championship.
one, Max Fried gave a lot of soft contact, and Malley pitched well for the Reds. And offensively, there wasn't really much. Um, yeah. What do
I
you?
mean, we definitely saw Matt Olson get off to a hot start in this series, but pitching was definitely something that we saw that needs to be just overall the season. Our starters haven't been able to go too far into games, and we need that length from our starters, especially with upcoming some big opponents coming up.
Of course. Um, yeah, kind of who I thought was good in that series. Obviously, Olson. I also really liked Kyle Wright, which was your breakout pick. Looks pretty good through two starts so far, at least. Um, and I really also like, which just might be weird. I've been liking Jackson Stevens, which
Really, even with what happened last night.
he just gave up one earned run, right?
Yeah, it was one earned. Yeah, it was a Cody Bellinger home run.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger isn't the best. He's overrated.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. But I mean, yeah, Jackson Stevens, he's been a nice, kind of like a Josh Tomlin kind of guy.
Yeah, and now that Newcomb's gone, thank goodness.
Oh my god, we finally got rid of him. Oh my god, how long was he up here without like doing anything productive?
Since 2019.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yep. Um, let's see. Red series. I don't know. That's kind of all I have to take away from that series. Wasn't great. Wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen either.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of. I think it was a solid opening start this season. I mean,
It's
uh,
fine.
yeah, it was a good opening weekend, especially with all the ring ceremony, the banners, and everything. I know you went to the first 3 games of the year, so how did you feel like the atmosphere was?
Um, at least this was my takeaway. It felt so dead compared to the last game I'd been to before that was, World Series game 4. The stadium just felt dead. But
I think that's
it's
going to
not
be
a
a
World
given
Series.
though. It's not going to compare to a World Series game. I mean, in the World Series game, you'll have all the diehard fans. In opening day, you'll have all the people who just heard about the Braves last year showing up.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. What did you think? I know you went to game 2 of the year, which was Braves win.
Yeah, I think the ring ceremony was pretty cool. Cool experience. I mean, the rings looked sick, especially with the lights on the inside. It's kind of fire.
Alrighty. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like when you're in the game, like you don't remember much of it. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you really. Don't have much to say really about that series. Moving
uh,
on,
yeah.
we
So you
have.
want to move on to the national series?
Do you want to stay on this one? I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah, the Red Series is pretty bland. I mean, the first 3 games,
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
4 games. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Strider looks amazing.
yeah. Strider's been looking really good, pumping the Chad. Lots of strikeouts. Yeah.
Um, Moving on to series versus Nationals, the most disappointing of the series so far this year.
Yeah,
We
100%.
somehow only won one game against the Washington Nationals.
On a big league
Who
mound.
only good player is Juan Soto, who didn't do that great. And our one win though was by Bryce Elder, who shoved Texas grad, go UT. Love to see it. And then the rest of the starters, we had Waskar. He's horrible. Thank goodness he's now down in Gwinnett with Acuna. And our other starter was Morton. No,
Yeah, yeah. Morton struggled as well.
it was Morton who he didn't do that well. Mikal Franco kept on destroying us, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't pretty. I mean, Bryce Elder is definitely a nice piece to see making some impact here on the team. I mean, in the long run, he and Kyle Wright are going to be a great 4 and 5 guys in this rotation.
For sure. And I think hopefully Snicker will stretch out Strider, make him a starter, and not have him in the bullpen. That's at least what I'd like to see.
Yeah, our bullpen's kind of getting crowded.
It's getting crowded, yeah.
It's definitely not a bad thing, but I mean, you can't get everybody innings. And
But I'd move Strider into the rotation as the 5, and then I'd call up Waskar again and put him in the bullpen.
Yeah, I think Washgard the first time through the lineup wasn't bad. He went 3 innings or something like that against the Padres or whatever. I mean the Dodgers yesterday there wasn't much damage other than the Freddie Freeman solo home run. So I mean, if they see him first time around and they don't get much stuff done, that's a pretty good job as a reliever.
Yeah, he'll be a good reliever in the future. The rest of that series, I don't know. I mean, it's been a May year to start, right? Nothing really good's
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, you want to talk about the outfield defense as we see this play by Victor Robles?
I don't know. Outfield, I think should be outfield. In my opinion, should be. I like Guillermo starting playing. I mean, I don't really. Once Acuna comes back, it'll be good.
Bro, when Heredia has been playing his been nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a surprise. Like I did not expect him to get off to the start he's gotten off to.
I mean, what is he hitting? Let's see.
I mean, he
Guillermo.
might be hitting like 280, maybe 290. He had a home run yesterday off of Clayton Kershaw. He's had a couple doubles here and there. I mean, he's doing his job.
Yeah, and he got the swords out, which is all that matters.
Exactly. Dansby, though, I mean, it's not looking pretty.
He struck out in half his 80s this year. Yeah.
What is it now? Like 12 games straight with a strikeout?
We've only played 12 games, so yeah.
Yeah. And he probably had one last season too in the last game, so maybe.
I don't know. Last game was good. Remember he hit the home run and everything?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, National Series also wasn't crazy good. I mean, yeah. The season's just been pretty bland, honestly. Just been starting pitching just needs to get better, in my opinion.
But Ozuna's been really good.
Oh yeah, Ozuna. Oh my God, he's been hitting the ball like crazy, man. He and Matt Olson have been carrying the offense right now, and Ozzy Albies sneaky coming up with 5 home runs. Like what?
Somehow Ozuna's 11th on the team in WAR this year, which just seems weird. Is his defense hurting him? That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, I think out of all of our outfielders, I think he's second right now. It's like Duvall with outs above replace assist or whatever, outfield assist or
He's
something like that.
first in WAR. Like on the team, 1 is Olson, 2 is Wright, 3 is Riley, then Strider, then Albies, then Minter, then McHugh, Elder, O'Day, Matic, Ozuna, and then Morton.
I mean, that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Ozuna's been good, but like, I don't think you can call him better than the other guys on that list.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Darren O'Day, you don't think he's better than him?
I mean, Darren O'Day's been pitching well.
I guess.
I mean, our entire bullpen's been pitching well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wasn't really surprised, though. I mean, night shift and everything, but like the bullpen's been locked down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is last year.
Our bullpen
Like last year, our starters were fine, but our bullpen was the issue. Now it feels like it's the other way around.
I don't know. There was a bit of like remember like last July, Ian Anderson had shoulder soreness and it was just Freed and Morton. And it was before came back, and our bullpen was carrying us then.
Yeah. I mean, we if we can get both of them on at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Next we had the series versus Padres. We split it. We won games 2 and 3, lost games 1 and 4. Game 1 we just got shelled. Freed pitched, right, and he was just not good.
Yeah, Freed and Morton have been having a rough start so far.
And then game 2 was Wright, did well. No, game 2 was Anderson.
I mean, we're about to find out right here. This is the clip. I believe it was Anderson, maybe. No, because it was Freed and then Wright, then Morton. Right? Was it like that?
Who knows? Whatever. Win games 2 and 3. Should have won 4, in my opinion, because Yu Darvish is not as good as he looked against us. He looked like his peak self back when he was on the Rangers.
You know, he was looking like an ace out there on the bump.
I mean, we can't score 1 run and expect to win that game, even with how good Elder and Strider went. People were like blaming that on Elder and saying he's trash. Like he got into a lot of traffic in that game, but still, we did well.
1 run's not going to win a game in the majors. I mean, you might get 1 or 2 runs, but you need one or 2 games like that. But you need to win. You need to score more runs in general. I mean,
Yep.
1 run just isn't going to cut it.
Exactly, especially when the run is like in the 8th inning.
Yeah. But I mean, Kyle Wright's been a great arm so far. I mean, I just can't. I mean, it's crazy because if you pull a baseball savant, if you look at top pitchers right now, it's Clayton Kershaw, then Kyle Wright.
Kyle Wright. I mean, he's a Vandy boy, as they like to
Of
call
course.
him.
I mean, he has a 0% barrel percentage.
That's insane.
0. Pretty
All right,
crazy.
we've kind of previewed the past series, which it's been kind of brief because there's nothing that great. We either get blown out or we kind of blow out. And also last night's game, as of recording this Tuesday, last night, Braves lose 7-4, I want to say. In my opinion, I mean, obviously great to see Friday, back with the Braves, blah, 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 blah. Shouldn't have left, whatever. And obviously, I don't think it was the right decision. I think what messed us up in that game was when we brought in, Sean Newcomb way too early into that game when it was only 3-0 ball game or something in the 4th.
Yeah, you can tell by who we bring in as relievers about what the coaching staff thinks about the game. I mean, if you bring in like a Matzik or a Minter, you see that like we have like a sense that we could win this game. But then if
No,
you
it
bring
was
in like a Sean Newcomb, it kind of feels like you've given up on the game.
it was a 1-0 game at the time. And then, he proceeds to walk Freeman and then give up a 3-run double by Trey Turner and everything. And And after the game, David O'Brien, who's a fine reporter for The Athletic, asked Snicker, why'd you bring in Newcomb? And Brian's like, hey, if I bring in a Minter or something, then, we're not going to be able to use them in July, which I don't agree with at all because Minter ended up pitching in that game as well. And, Matzik's only pitched in 3 games this year. The bullpen's plenty rested. And none of them pitched yesterday, none of them pitched Sunday. And after Sunday, Snicker was like, it was great to see, Strider and Elder go the whole game. Our whole bullpen will be available for the series versus the Dodgers, and then proceeded not to use them in
Yeah,
game 1, at least in a very winnable game, in my opinion.
because I mean, if you
And
take out that what is it 3rd or 4th inning, the 5 spot, like if you take that out, we win that game 4-1.
if we didn't use Newcomb.
Exactly.
So,
But I mean, it was nice to see Freddie's home run as you see up on the screen, but like,
so
it sucks sometimes.
yeah. But luckily today, Alex Anthopoulos made sure that Snicker can never do that ever again. DFA'd
Yep.
Sean Newcomb. I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. Hasn't been good since he almost threw a no-hitter against the Dodgers in 2019. And we also sent down Huascar Ynoa, and the 2 guys that we called up. Lefty Dylan Lee, you might remember, he started Game 4 of the World Series. Yeah,
Went like 1 inning, right?
Yeah, Game 4 of the World Series. And then as well as we called up Tuki Toussaint, who has had this stuff for the longest time, just can't put it together, kind of like Newcomb. And hopefully they'll do well. And yeah.
Hopefully we can see Tukey kind of like be as a role like Kyle Wright. I mean, if we can see Kyle Wright and Tukey both becoming some nice maybe 4th, 5th, even 6th guys in the rotation, it'll be nice to see.
Yep. Maybe now, moving on to the upcoming next week, we have 2 more games versus the Dodgers tonight. Max Fried versus Walker Bueller, obviously a very winnable game. They've probably pitched against each other 5 games now,
Yeah,
right?
it's been a bunch because they've
Game
both been
1 of
our
this
number
year's
one guys.
NLCS. Game 1 of this year's NLCS, and then did they also pitch Game 6? I forget. I know Bueller did. I don't think Fried did. As well as the NLCS the year before, and they've played a lot. The Braves have won in most of them, so I like our chances there.
Yeah, the
Hopefully,
Braves
Fried,
have had some pretty good at bats against Bueller. Nothing crazy.
tight pants Bueller. Hopefully, will be good against him. And then Game 3, closing it out. It's a day game, 3:10 Eastern. Charlie Morton versus Tony Gonsolin. Now that game, I'd be kind of disappointed if we lose. Now Gonsolin in his own right is a great pitcher and everything, but we got our ace kind of up there, and I think we need to win that. Especially, I think we can take the series,
Yeah, I think if we win out the series and get back to 500, it'll be a nice spot. I mean,
and then we
the
got
Mets
3
have
games
been winning games, and I mean, it's really, really annoying to see them do that. I know they beat the
The
Giants
Mets
today in
played
the
the,
first game of the doubleheader.
the Mets played the Diamondbacks over the weekend. Who we're
Yeah,
gonna get our games with the Diamondbacks, and we'll beat up on them.
they're
Don't worry.
beating the Giants right now 3-0 on the top of the fourth as well. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I mean, hiring Buck Showalter was such a good move for them.
Yeah.
It's really nice when they had Luis Rojas. I
Yeah, I mean, they haven't played much competition though, so I mean, you can't really judge them off their 8-3 record right now or whatever.
mean, the Giants are competition,
Yeah. But they played what,
and
one game against them?
they won 3 games versus the Nationals, who we lost our series to.
Yeah. But the
And
Nationals, for some reason, did good against us. Like,
who knows?
yeah,
And then going into this upcoming weekend, Braves have 3 against the Marlins. I think, obviously, we need to win this series. I think we could sweep, and I think that'd be great. Because hopefully sweep when we win this series. Now we're sitting at 3 games above 500. And then who do we play after the Marlins? I don't know this for some reason. Marlins, I
let
don't know.
me see.
Cubs. We go Cubs
Okay,
come
yeah,
to town.
Cubs are winnable games right there.
Yup. I mean, we have after the Dodgers, we have 3 series that we should win every series.
Hmm.
Marlins, Cubs, Rangers. Then we
Okay,
have
yeah,
right. Then we have the Mets, which is a bit more iffy. But we're not within 1 game of the division after these 3 series, or 4 if you want to include this tonight's, then I think it's kind of disappointing. Now, obviously, not horrible since we were below 500 till August whatever last year, so we can do everything. But
yeah. Talking about that, I mean, I was thinking about our outfield situation, right, and especially with Acuna having his debut today with the Stripers. If
speaking
after you, he had hit a double today, and he looks really good out
of
there just in general. So I was just wondering, what do you think his timetable could be? I mean, because if he's playing like this, I mean, he looks pretty good on his
2 weeks,
knee. So I mean, what do you
I
think?
don't know if you know this, they've already pulled him for the night. He went 1 for 3, and he had 2 plays in the right field and was placed in the 6th inning. So he's not even playing full games. My guess is
Yeah.
he either DHs or doesn't play tomorrow. And also, you notice how weird that wall is in Jacksonville?
Yeah, that would have been gone if it's just a straight wall.
No, not that. The weird padding underneath the wall.
Let's see if it
Like
comes
there's
back
some,
up around again. But yeah, the coach announced that he was going to get pulled after the 5th inning before the game even started.
yeah, that's Tesupatupidis, whatever his name is. I completely butchered his name.
Yeah.
What's yeah. I mean, I don't think he comes back until at least like I don't know. He doesn't come back. He probably comes back maybe against the Mets, which would be that's May 2nd. So that's like 2-ish weeks.
You
I
think he
could
makes
see
a
him come.
comeback against the Marlins?
He's no, that's not
No,
happening.
no, no Acuna versus the Marlins.
Don't worry, we'll have 16 more games against them.
Yeah, but I mean, what did they originally say? He'd be back like May 6th or something? Was that the date?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he definitely said like what he with all the posting of his videos and everything like that. He looked like he was ready to go at the beginning of the year. Obviously, the Braves are taking precautions and everything makes sense, but It'll be really cool to see him back because we need some defensive help, bro, in the outfield.
Hmm.
How many errors does Rosario have? Like 5?
Who knows? We'll just play him against the Dodgers. If only he played against the Dodgers every day,
Yeah.
he'd win MVP.
He had a double yesterday, and he's starting out in right field today, I think.
Yeah, look at how horrible this. I don't want to say horrible. People are talking about the Dodgers. Oh, they have the best lineup in baseball. Guess who their 6-hole hitter is today? Or their 7, 8, 9 tonight is horrible. Hanser
Who?
Alberto is their third baseman. Austin
Okay.
Barnes and Gavin Lux. I mean, once you get past Muncy, because in my opinion, I'm not really scared of. I'm not scared of Chris Taylor, but like it's
Yeah.
pretty winnable.
I mean, Chris Taylor's just like an average second baseman. I mean, whatever utility guy, whatever he wants to play that day. He's just an average player. I mean,
I'd say above average. I would take him over Swanson.
really.
Oh yeah,
I mean, peak Swanson on his hot streaks.
but you don't get peak Swanson 162 games.
That is true. He was talking at the beginning of the year of trying to replicate his hot streaks for the entire season.
Alrighty. Let's see what time. I don't know. Is there any MLB things or anything?
I mean, you guys do you want to talk about Seiya Suzuki?
I'm not
I know we
because I was
talked a
literally
little bit
looking at
about him.
it right now.
I know we talked a little bit about him at the beginning of the year. We were kind of having our little bit of a doubts because we don't know how Japanese players come over here and how they can, like replicate what they did in the Japanese league over here. Have you seen anything that stands out about him?
Not really. He just got a lucky start to the week. I mean, he's only hitting what 425.
Yep, only 425. Yeah.
Some amateur numbers there. I mean, to be honest, he's not going to keep this up. He's going to be at most a 270 hitter. I'm sorry, but that's all he's going to be.
I mean, yeah. You want to look at Matt Olson's stats right now.
Yeah, there's a quote from him from Seiya today, talking about how he kind of felt about like someone asked him, "Oh, what are you looking at like all the data and everything today, or like that MLB provides you?" And he's like, "No, I haven't looked at it all." I mean, not saying that you need to look at it to become a good baseball player, but I don't really see him being amazing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of weird. I mean, not even looking at any of the stats or anything. I mean,
Of players
especially
he's
with
never played against ever in his life.
yeah, I mean, you think it would help a little bit knowing what kind of pitches they throw, maybe?
I'm
Like,
sure there's that, but
yeah. I mean, if we break this down here, I mean, Matt Olson's average X velo 95.7, X OBP 530, X slugging 652, XBA 407. I mean, do we think about this? How hot of a start is Matt Olson on right now?
it's hot. I don't know.
I mean, nothing else to say about it. I mean,
One thing though that I think the Braves need to improve on is we have I think 11 or 12 home runs this year. Well, this was before last night. I don't know how much it changed, but we had like 12 home runs and 11 of them had been solo shots. Like we need to
I
get more
heard that
people.
our past 14 home runs have been solo shots.
Which did that change last night? Heredia's was solo, and I think so is Ozzy's. So I don't know.
I think that might be counting that because I think that's counting Freddie's and Dansby's from the World Series as well.
Yansby's was a 3-run shot.
Was it really 3?
Yeah, and we had a game 1 of the year. We had a 2-run homer.
Okay, then I don't know what about that one, but the yeah, I think the announcer said or something on Sunday Night Baseball, something about 14 straight.
Maybe I don't know.
That's crazy. How do you hit 14 home runs and none of them are multi-run home runs?
Who knows?
That's hard to do if you think about it.
Well, because no one's really walking. I don't know. We need more walks.
Austin Riley's been walking a lot compared to what I think last year, which is nice to see.
Yeah. Looking back at Guillermo's stat. Whoa. So remember when you were saying, what did you say you thought Guillermo was hitting?
Like 290?
He's hitting 214. He's 3 for 14.
Really?
Yeah, he's 3 for 14 right now.
Really?
Yeah. I'm on his baseball reference page right now.
I mean, his hits have definitely been recent, though.
Has Tyler Thornburg got into a game?
I
He
think he did
has.
once.
He's been in 3.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
Yep, 3 games, 3.2 innings. Wow.
No memory of that, to be completely honest.
0 hits though.
Yep.
4 strikeouts.
Yep. Who knows? Sadly, Brave season's over. We're in 3rd place. Great run.
That's not bad.
Great run of
Dang.
the season. It's over.
Yeah.
Sad. Joking. We got 150 more games left to play.
Yeah.
That's why I love baseball. Imagine if you were had this record in football, you would have been selling at the deadline. They need all the
Imagine
leagues.
college football. If you lose 1 game, you're done.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. But I mean, do you have any score predictions for tonight? How do you think the game will be today?
I'm gonna say it'll be I don't know. But I wish if my dream were to happen. No, this is of course is a dream. Both pitchers go 7 shutout, and then in the bottom of the 9th, Matt Olson hits a winning home run off Craig Kimbrell, and then Jansen comes in and shuts down the Dodgers.
Bro,
No.
that'd be hype. That'd be crazy because both of our newly acquired players, and then Kenley shuts them down.
Yep, that'd be amazing. And honestly, I hope if Kenley comes into a game versus the Dodgers, their organist plays California Love or whatever his walkout song was. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, they've also never faced him, so it'll technically be like Kenley Jansen being a whole new pitcher they've never seen before.
You don't think they ever faced him in backfield spring training games, inter squad stuff?
I mean, they definitely would have, but they probably aren't taking it as seriously as they would be in a real game.
Maybe. Who knows? All right. I don't
Okay,
know.
so I mean, you want to look ahead at the schedule quick, and I think let's make a prediction for the next podcast, which will say next Monday. Let's make another episode here. And what do you think our record will be by next Monday?
Monday we'll have had. I want to say, what are we now? What's our
We're
record now?
5-7 right now.
All right, we're gonna be 9-8.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go through this here. I think we get it. We went out the series 7-7. I think we take 2 out of 3 from the Marlins.
9-8, exactly what I said.
9-8, yeah. I think it could be 9-8, or 8-9, one of the two. I think that's what we'll be looking at next podcast episode.
I could see us being 10-7 or whatever.
Yeah, if we sweep the Marlins, if we go on a quick little five streak right here.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. And then
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the episode. We've just went over the first week-ish thoughts, remarks, and everything like that. And we're ready to see if the Braves can, beat the Dodgers tonight, get on a bit of a streak, and we'll see you guys next week when we make our next episode.
One last thing, if you're going to any Braves games, even if you want to go to Hawks playoff game, right now they're 2 points behind at halftime. Or any other sporting concert, use code CHOPPINGBraves at SeatGeek for $20 off. Helps us out a lot and, helps us just keep this podcast running. So thank you for everyone who's used it in the past. And thank you for when you use it in the future or now.
Yeah, they cover the service fees. So whatever you're seeing on the screen, you pretty much pay for. So it's definitely helpful.
For sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in, and let's go Braves.